Joey Savage and Corey DLG are proud to present to you the best 12 minutes in all of radio, probably. Nico DLG's Nico segment.
Coming to you live on Earth 2075.
Nice.
We got our label. Hey guys, Nico DLG here.
What's the topic today, buddy?
So the topic of today. So you know how I told you guys about the locals I went to, the local Yu-Gi-Oh dudes.
Oh.
Well, I haven't gone back yet.
Well, I haven't gone back yet because they were all jerks.
No, they were actually really nice, but I haven't gone back because I've had like 3 papers due, and then spring break was coming up, and I totally forgot about it because my cousin's in town. Anyways, aside from the point.
Listen to him be responsible for a second. Can we just do a minute on Nico being responsible?
Well, the fact that it's spring break and he could have gone because...
But this is the first time. Like, this is spring break right now,
He
right?
could have gone and he didn't.
Right.
Instead, he was dancing around his kitchen, whacking his mom with a water noodle.
I don't. What do you do with
Was that actual?
That's truth.
Nailed it.
Okay. All right. Like, just when I want to defend you, yeah.
It was quality family bonding time.
All right, you're on your own. All right,
Smacking each other with water noodles.
It was fun.
That's actually pretty fun.
I hope that's not a euphemism. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing anymore.
All right, so back to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I haven't gone back to the story, but interestingly enough, I went to 8th Dimension, just to poke my head around. It was D&D night.
Hey, all right.
Man, we haven't played that in forever.
No.
We need to get back into that. It was been like a month.
That's right. The
2 months.
origin of Elodrin
It's been since January.
Pendergrass.
Wow, that's been a while.
We'll probably be April before we get back.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I know, man.
Continuing in May.
Yeah.
6
scenario-
months later.
Start doing
Scenario
like
3.
every once a month.
8th Dimension is they're gauging interest for Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments now, which is interesting to see.
Well, you know what it is there's
Someone in their backyard doing it.
no, that's not what it is. So I was talking to our friend B-Mac over at Space Cadets Collection.
Shout out B-Man, what up?
And basically, a lot of games kind of run in cycles and stuff, and HeroClix is sort of our game is sort of not a draw right now. People aren't coming to play HeroClix.
Nope.
So every store is kind of trying to find other things. Space Cadets is killing it. Their Dungeons & Dragons days and nights are killing it, he said. He has people showing up. If you're in the area, you want to play Dungeons & Dragons, reach out to Space Cadets.
What's the other game they play on Fridays when we're there? That
They
card
play the
game.
little Magic, right?
No, it's not. They're doing good at Magic, but it's the other one. You know what I'm talking
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
Pokemon.
Pokemon's big there. Vanguard. What's the other one?
They play the spaceship game, too.
Oh, Armada? Star Wars Armada?
Yeah. I see that one out there. But so everyone's trying to find other things, because Armada really doesn't play in a lot of places either.
No.
And like Dragon's Lair, they do a lot of the miniature gaming, like the Warhammer type stuff and all that.
Warhammer, 40K.
Warhammer.
Those things are so cool looking, but it looks complicated.
Not
I
Not
watched
only is
them
it
roll
complicated, it's so expensive.
They're rolling like 12 dice, and they got scales out.
right, and they're counting. Like, okay,
pencils.
I rolled. Okay, so 4 hit, and like the other guy kills 2 people when 4. I don't know. Like I don't get it.
Just give me my action figures with dials.
Yes.
That's why HeroClix is so great.
So back to 8th Dimension, picking up Yu-Gi-Oh! All of the stores have kind of unanimously, am I wrong, avoided Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes.
Because they don't like the crowd it brings. They don't, which is kind of dumb. Like you want young people are the lifeblood of all gaming.
Yeah.
Young people are the ones who have the money to spend. They have mommy and daddy's money. They might work a little bit. But they're spending the bulk of their money on what they want to do, which is game. So
I think it's DNA Comics and Umble's like the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh draw.
Right, and that's it. They're the only people doing it because they're huge, and also probably because they yell at people. Like they're not afraid to like.
No.
Because the atmosphere at
Those
DNA
guys are
Comics,
great.
they're kind of. It's a little tense sometimes when you walk in. Like sometimes I would get eyeballed walking into DNA Comics, and I feel weird about that. Like I'm a nerd. Like there's no doubt I'm a nerd. Look at me.
No doubt about it.
And it's like sometimes they're kind of like, "What do you want?"
Now if they eyeballed me,
Who's
I'd
this guy?
understand.
Right.
But you,
Right. Like I look like the guy who walks into DNA Comics.
right.
But so Yu-Gi-Oh's kind of had a bad rap in Houston. And so the shops aren't really, they don't want to do it. But now other games are dying off. They're trying to find,
What's going on?
they're trying to find some
The
people.
next big thing.
And they're going to have to kind of apologize to the Yu-Gi-Oh players and bring them back.
But
Right.
what's actually kind of interesting is that recently, this is super recently, Pokemon has hit like a stride. Like they have gone really, really far. And this is the first time in the last few years since Yu-Gi-Oh's been out that Pokemon outdid Yu-Gi-Oh in sales this like past month.
Right. And that's what's crazy to me is that Pokemon, all the stores play Pokemon. All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
All the stores play
My
Pokemon.
8-year-old plays
They don't
Pokemon.
even blink. They love the Pokemon people there. But Yu-Gi-Oh has been the better seller internationally and nationally the whole time.
The entire time. It's
time.
always been
It's kind of like a grown-up version
Magic,
of...
Yu-Gi-Oh, and then Pokemon.
It's a grown-up version of Pokemon.
It is, but what's interesting to me is that Yu-Gi-Oh sells way more
Right.
and gets no support from the stores.
No.
None.
But I think it's a lot to do with kind of the general crowd because a lot of, again, like we said, a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh community is they're old. They're a little bit older. They're
Right.
around 18, 18,
But
23.
really-
We get a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh guys that are probably like freshmen, high school, sophomores ish.
And no, probably freshman college.
Really?
Yeah, at this point. Yeah.
Freshman college, and also people who are a little bit older that make a little bit more money because Yu-Gi-Oh is an expensive game if you want to play like in the meta game.
Right. Well, it's,
And those
it's
are the
nowhere near
guys-
as expensive as the way some of these other things go.
And
No,
those are the
nowhere
guys
near
that-
as expensive as Magic, but I mean, you
that
can
aren't
drop, you
in
can
the
drop
comic
$1,000
stores.
on a deck.
No, they're not. And
They're
that's
not going to the comic stores to play.
And that's the thing is that's okay. My associates is in business management,
Nice.
and what you learn about, what you hear about, what you know in business is that the demographic you want is the demographic with the most disposable income,
Correct.
which is males 18 to 25.
Right.
That group has money to burn. They will spend it on anything. That's
don't
why
care.
they don't care. They have no shame. They will buy it. They love it, and they kind of grow out of that as they have kids and get married. They can't afford to do that anymore. So that 18 to 25 is that target demographic, and Yu-Gi-Oh is that demographic.
Yeah.
And none of the stores want any of it.
No.
They just don't want those people in the stores.
No.
Which is strange because you think if you create kind of that environment where it's like you come into a store and it's like everyone's like, hey, it's cool, you know this guy, you know that guy. It creates a nice community around each other.
Right.
But
You're
not
gonna get
18 to 25-year-olds.
But that's the thing is because they're not interested in the other stuff, the stores have kind of all abandoned them.
Right.
They don't buy comic books. They don't buy the more expensive games. And yeah, you do a good margin on cards, but you don't do on cards what you do on board games. You don't do on cards what you do on comic books. So
Nope. Gosh darn way.
so it's just kind of a. I guess I'm saying it's a catch-22 is basically like.
It is.
But now that other games are dying off, they have table space. They need the full tables. They need the
But
money.
when you look at people who are playing games in comic book stores, a lot of it's the 8-year-olds to high school kids because their parents will take them or whatever. That's a safe place for them to nerd out. And then when you get into like some of the bigger board games like Armada, even the HeroClix,
It's
stuff
adults.
like that, it's adult. It's like
adults.
the 20-ish up
Right.
because those people that their fun now is this.
Yeah,
to where
I get to play on
18 to 25-year-olds, yeah, they're into Yu-Gi-Oh, but come weekends, they're wanting to party,
They're
they're
gonna go
chasing
out.
girls.
Right. That's why you.
Yada, yada,
That's why
yada.
really these stores should be playing like Monday through Thursday. Every one of these stores should have a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Yeah, they would get them in there.
Yeah, they really should, and they just don't. They completely miss the opportunity.
Right.
And I hate to say that it's because of because of that base. Like it just
I will say,
people
though,
don't like that group, man.
I have a feeling that HeroClix is going to make a turn and start to gain a little bit more traction.
I don't. I hope so, but I
Well,
don't.
because what you're looking at is with the game and new rules changes, and they're kind of not. I wouldn't
They're
say
clearing up a lot of.
they're clearing up a
old-
lot of trash. They're dumbing stuff down, making it more about the dials and the figures, taking away of all the outside added stuff. I mean, look at like 3 years ago when you had power batteries and all those entities and just
entities, power batteries,
ridiculous
and then you
amounts of
added in
stuff.
Cards were still legal at the time of the batteries.
right. And so you had like
ATAs.
$900 teams
Right.
on the board,
Right.
and not everybody could keep up.
Right.
I mean, even now when you see, like, now it's going to change, I think, here shortly, but when you see people making the top whatever in these big meta tournaments, it's multiple chases on team, it's multiple high dollar figures, it's not a lot of, I can just grab something out of a bag and play. Like, you got to spend a little money
Yeah.
to be good. Like, now there are good players who are constantly up there, that are constantly in Final Fours, constantly winning these things, but they're always playing expensive teams. Now, a lot of times they've partnered up. They've created their own teams of players, and
Yeah.
they pull their
They
figures
kind of have
together.
a vault.
But
of
at some point, the
figures.
money has to be there.
Right.
And then you've got these exclusive cliques playing together, so like you're almost alienating newer players, outside players. And with this whole, let's dumb down everything, let's get rid of some of this stuff, and let's make it more about
just what's on the board.
what's on the board. Hopefully, what I kind of see is more people coming back because you're taking away all the extra stuff.
The reason I completely agree with everything you just said, and I do think that will make it easier to play. The reason I don't think it'll have,
I just don't want it to die.
I don't think it won't
I don't think
die.
it'll die. I think it's just in a little bit of a lull.
I don't want
But
it to die, man.
the reason I think it'll have a big effect is just there's so much choice. And here's the thing: is like when you lose a guy to a game, the odds of them coming back are slim because there's so many other things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, well, HeroClix isn't fun for me anymore? Man, Magic is crazy. Man, Yu-Gi-Oh! I could win $100 playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
And you do have people who are bouncing around. Our friend Brian Lumens.
He loves to play the other games.
I mean, he'll HeroClix it for 6-7 months, and the next thing you know, he's Magicking all over again.
Yeah.
And then he gets pissed off at Magic, and he comes back to HeroClix. So you do have those type of players. But I do think that with some of the new stuff that's coming out, that hopefully I think their intention is to attract newer players,
Yeah,
or
I think
bring players
WizKids
back,
sees the vulnerability you're talking about, and they're trying to address it.
trying to adjust it and fix it. Which hopefully they do, because I mean, this game's so much fun. Like
I love it.
A lot of times on the weekends when we go to our comic book stores, it ends up being like the same 8 guys that we're always end up playing.
And we're having a blast.
But we're always playing different teams. It's like a little crew we have.
Right.
And it's awesome. We have so much fun.
I agree. I completely agree.
Which that means that most Saturdays, Corey DOG, you can catch us where?
Well, you can see us right there at Dragon's Lair, playing in the Bricks Clicks League.
Every Saturday afternoon. And then most Fridays, we go over to Space Cadets.
The Collection.
Gaming. And we play some sort of fashionable game there.
Yep.
So we're everywhere. Come the weekends. If you want to find us, hit us up on Facebook. We'll tell you where we're playing.
Come hang out with us.
Come hang out with us. Say hi.
Pick up a board game.
We'll sign your elbow if you want us to.
Mm-mm.
Or we'll sign your HeroClix map. Or your Magic card deck.
I would totally.
Or your baby. We'll sign your baby's forehead.
I will sign a baby.
Sign a baby's forehead.
I'll sign a baby.
And you can never wash it again.
Yeah, don't wash that baby.
No. Let's take a quick break. We're going to jump out. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up with the Corey DLG special. You're listening to Nerd Thug Radio. # Talking Nerdy to you. Facebook.com / Nerd Thug Radio. And NerdThugRadio.com.